I'll mute my mic for like a few minutes, okay? It's Saturday, me dudes.
Saturday, me dudes.
Saturday, my dudes. Well, not usually. I don't usually see you on a Saturday for qualifying, but with uni being done, no work this weekend. The qualifying podcast is brought to you by me and Pedro.
Hello.
Double trouble.
Double.
Trouble. Yeah. How are you feeling ahead of this GP weekend? Anything you're excited for?
Yeah, just obviously this is just the high speed nature of this track can definitely shuffle up the order. So yeah, just looking forward to see how the different teams do. Not your usual suspects aren't all on top, or at least from what I saw in free practice. We can have some space for a few surprises, and hopefully this qualifying session is as exciting as previous ones have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Monza usually brings out some unexpected results, shall we say, the past couple of years especially. So, lot to look forward to. Any
Exactly.
early... Obviously, we got our predictions for the race tomorrow, but any early rash predictions based off of what you've seen?
I don't know. I could probably see at least one of the Ferrari cars qualifying the top 5.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see both Williams make the top 10 again. This is a little bit out there. And hopefully McLaren in the top 10, because yeah, we've all seen that the car is fast, but apparently they still have that issue with drag and everything. So hope it doesn't hamper them too much.
Yeah, I was seeing the TikTok videos yesterday of Lando saying, "Don't necessarily jump to conclusions. We're still not amazing, but hopefully he was just kind of debating us a little bit." Debated. But yeah, Liam Lawson back in the AlphaTauri weekend.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he can maybe replicate what he did last week? Obviously minus the penalty. Or do you reckon that car's gonna struggle a little bit around here?
Well, even then, I think his penalty was a bit harsh because obviously he had to wait for the AlphaTauri double stack. Obviously, they were still doing Yuki's pit stop, and it took a while, a little bit more than they expected to. And you know, he kind of was in the way of the Haas. I think it was Magnussen. We kind of held up. But you know, I think he had a really difficult debut, but he handled that pretty well. Just obviously all sorts of conditions like red flags, safety cars, wet conditions. Yeah, he still did pretty well. And I think Monza is a track where he traditionally does relatively well. So I think he actually got a P12 in free practice, FP3. So if that's any indication of what's to come, then it should be good.
Yeah.
And speaking of him, I'd also like to take this opportunity to say that I've seen news that obviously he's replacing Daniel Ricciardo. And Helmut Marko has said that Daniel Ricciardo is unlikely to return for the Singapore and Japanese Grand Prix. So we might see Liam in that AlphaTauri for a little bit longer, because Helmut Marko said in the very best case, the first race which will be back is Singapore. However, this is physically one of the most extreme circuits. He's unlikely to return there, and the same is actually true of Suzuka. So, well, let's see.
Yeah, seems like that injury for Danny has come at the complete wrong time.
Yeah, if he was very unlucky with just getting this injury just as he was starting his return, basically. And yeah, but I think this can also be a really good opportunity for Liam to showcase his talents and hopefully, you know, be considered for AlphaTauri next season.
Potentially.
Their drivers.
If not other teams.
I think it's just easier for Red Bull, obviously, since they're one of their academy drivers, and you know he has been represented by Red Bull like for a few years of his career, and obviously in different categories. So, but yeah, like if there's any teams that can see more potential in him and gamble essentially on his on him performing well, then why not?
Yeah, why not? Just watching them introduce the fires.
So kind of trying to get the feed over on my screen because my internet is apparently a little bit slow. Haven't had much luck with internet connection recently, but
I was gonna say, like, commentator just said, do you reckon that Tifosi will kind of maybe bring the energy for Ferrari this weekend?
Well, Ferrari have been doing quite well throughout the weekend, so you know, I think obviously then having that extra motivation of being the team's home race should be really good for them.
Oh, thank you very much, Nick, for the resub there. Really appreciate you. Happy 1 year!
Ooh,
Much
let's
love.
go.
Thank you
Let's
very
go.
much. Hope you're well. Talking about Ferrari, as I was just having a look, what do we reckon to their special livery this weekend?
I mean, I think it was a way for them to celebrate their win at Le Mans, but I think they could have done a little bit more.
Yeah,
although I think it's much better than the special livery they ran last year.
Yeah, no,
which wasn't really hard.
exactly the same thoughts my side, really. I thought they could have done that little bit extra just to make it slightly different. Maybe incorporate the yellow a little bit more. Seems they've just kind of gone, oh, that's a free space there, we'll just drop a little bit of yellow there.
Yeah. I think, if anything, Alfa Romeo kind of outshone them today.
Yes. I was going to mention that as well.
I really like their livery.
Very nice. I think it looks much better than the normal livery. Have they still? I didn't see on the pictures. Does it still have the neon green or not for this weekend?
Yes. Oh no, they don't. That was only a livery for Spa, I believe.
Ah, okay. Thank God.
The one the one on that front wing they had at Spa was for that race only.
Ah, okay, good.
But honestly, Alfa Romeo, if you're listening to us, and if you want to rock this livery until the end of the season,
yeah,
we are all up for it.
No one's complaining. Nick says, "I'm not bad. How are you?" I'm good, thank you. How are you, Pedro?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you.
Yeah. All done with uni, which means more streams, more side projects, and yeah, just more stuff, really. Woohoo! Obviously, I still got work, but when I'm not working, hopefully I can do some other stuff. So Q1 has just started from Q1. For me, it's just started. Hockey Mum stream Monday. Yes, we'll make that a regular thing again. So I need you guys to give me some ideas on what to do, and I'll try and get her to do it if I can. Mum can, maybe. I'd have to convince her. She's a little bit like nervous. She's not like a really on camera person, but I can try. I can definitely try.
It would be really, really nice if you could find a game that you and her could be playing at the same time. Let's say with ads, for example.
Yeah, sounds good. You'll convince her. I'll try. The only thing is, though, on camera, right? She'd be sitting where I'm sitting now, and I'd be sitting like down there. You wouldn't be able to see me because I have to sit on a little stool, which is all the way down there. You literally just be able to see my head, like.
Like, hello there.
Hello there. Oh, thanks. I know, right? See me too much. Yeah, busy weekend, stream wise and Formula 1 wise. Obviously, got the pre-GP later on this evening, I think. Obviously, time we don't know yet, but probably around the same sort of time. And then we've got the podcast tomorrow, and I don't know, maybe some other stuff around then. But yeah, it's good to be back streaming. I've missed it.
Wait, am I missing something?
What?
Because Hamilton is on the hards.
Aren't they doing where it's only hards in Q1, mediums in Q2, and softs in Q3?
That's what I was thinking, because I'm pretty sure I've missed that then.
I think they said that they were doing it.
Yeah, because I think that they said that they were going to do a different event, so it must be because Verstappen is also on the hards.
Nick says Hamilton is try-harding. He's gone into he's gone into like what's it? Sweat mode where he's like, I must get through. He'll go on Inters in Q2. Typical Ferrari strategy.
To pay respect to Ferrari's strategy. Yeah, I think it must be that weekend then. I've completely missed that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember that it was this weekend. So maybe they just thought we'd like forget and then they, like we did and be like, oh, we're doing this now.
That. You weren't expecting that.
Yeah. Ferrari strategy at Mercedes, I know, right? No, but hopefully Hamilton will get through on the hards. Apparently a few teams have been struggling with the hards and mediums this weekend. I was thinking back to Zandvoort. I think that's the most we've seen softs being used the whole year.
Yeah.
Like we've not seen
and Yuki just...
the softs much. And then, like you say, like Yuki just like 50 laps on it. It's like, what?
Like, do you reckon he's gonna use that set of tires today as well?
Oh, maybe. They've got a lot of life on them still. They've got so much grip on them still, I'm sure. I was just watching one of the Red Bulls go very wide. Do you reckon that's going to be a problem this weekend? Drivers going wide on that corner?
Where? Which corner?
Yeah, I was trying to... It went way too fast. I couldn't even see which corner it was. Just like, whoop.
Oh, it was Verstappen. Verstappen, I think it was after one of the chicanes.
Yeah.
When I saw him go through there, I was like, that definitely looks like a track extension. And in fact, I think he got his lap time invalidated.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did. Well, it seems like it's going to be... Williams. Oh, Albon! Well, hey.
Oh, the Alpha's not looking too bad. Look at Joe, P5.
Damn. Yeah, turn 7 track limits.
Yeah.
Reckon that's going to be a problem for quite a few drivers this weekend. That corner or turn.
It will be. It will be. Could as well be an issue at the exit of Ascari, perhaps, if you come in
potentially. That's one thing that I need to do this coming year. I need to actually learn the corner names. Because I don't actually know a lot of corner names on tracks. I just go, yep, this turn, that turn.
Yep. This, that.
So I will try my best. I'll try and learn.
Yeah,
I need something to learn this year anyway. My first year of not learning anything. I need to keep the brain active, you know? If there's a brain in there, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Let me go on to the actual...
Start by learning Ascari is not called Ascari anymore. Is it not?
What do you mean?
Is it Ascari?
Scary.
I caught you off guard there, didn't I? Oh. That's scary. Oh. Nearly made myself cry and then put myself in the eye.
No, it is still called. It's the Ascari, Variante Ascari. It's the last corner, Parabolica, that is now called Alboreto.
Alboreto.
The one that changed. Yeah. Ascari is still Ascari. I mean, at least according to the website for the Monza circuit.
Anyway, we've renamed it, Nick. Anyway, it's not Ascari.
Scary. Oh, someone got their lap time invalidated, I think. Alonso.
That's the name in October in Halloween. If Go to Monza.
Yes.
It's a scary.
Scary.
Oh, Verstappen got his lap time deleted again, I think.
Again.
He went from like, he went all the way down.
Yeah. Oh, did you see what happened to Lando there?
No, what happened? Oh no, I'm seeing it now, I'm seeing it now.
Ocon. Ooh,
Oh, that was...
mm.
I think that's a typical trait of Ocon, isn't it? He doesn't look...
Kind of, yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah, it's
Sometimes.
a scary corner.
Okay, so Verstappen and Alonso, the only ones that technically don't have a lap time.
Technically. He's still got 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes. Yeah, so Alonso got his lap time deleted as well.
Oh, Verstappen purple first sector.
Do.
Wait, how far backward? I think he's gonna get another track limit. Lap invalidation.
Max out in Q1.
Well.
Oh yeah. 100%. That looked like it was way out. Did you hear about the trees?
Yeah, they got they had to cut down a few trees, I believe, because of the storms. If I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
a lot of them either had to get cut down because they got damaged, or they weren't blown over, yeah, or fell. But apparently, Formula One and obviously all the supporting races, the amount of drivers that are competing across the whole weekend, they're planting the same amount of trees or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think that's a good initiative.
Good initiative, yeah.
Very thoughtful as well.
Oh, Alonso jumped to P3. And Ocon is improving. Ooh! Oh. On the exit there, just as I said at Ascari. Ooh. Ascari.
Scary.
That was very scary, actually.
Ooh. Ocon. Jesus. That rear wing still looks so wobbly. Yeah. On that Alpine.
Oh, okay. Wait, what time do you have on your screen? I'm on 6 minutes 50 now.
I'm on 7:03.
Okay. Ooh, and yeah, the Ocon got his lap time deleted, obviously, but I think that even if he didn't, that moment at the exit of Ascari actually cost his entire lap time there.
Oh, 100%. He kicked up into the gravel and...
Ooh. See if he doesn't have any damage. Because those curbs are look quite aggressive as well.
As we know in GT7. Get caught in those curbs? Yep, that's it.
Oh, quick mention to the Alpha Tauris. They're running P5 and 7.
Doing quite well so far.
On what is technically a home race for them as well.
True.
Might be another track limit invalidation. It's time for Lewis. Saying that, Verstappen's lap time wasn't invalidated.
I think it's because... Oh, I think that, yeah, for Lewis, I think that would be... I think, isn't it because they widened the white line on the curb for that reason?
Probably.
I think I heard them mention something about widening the white line. I'm assuming if they've got, like, the majority of the tyre in that white line, or on the white line, it's fine.
Yeah, it must be then.
Because otherwise, I think we'd be seeing like everyone getting their lap time deleted.
Saying that, Hamilton's lap time wasn't
Amazing.
great, yeah. Ooh, Ocon, I think he might be out of qualifying if he has any damage.
Can't really see by that picture if he has any damage or not.
Gasly is not safe either. Alpine seem to be quite slow. I do know that they tend to come alive during the race, but
Yeah.
still not looking great for the French team. On the other hand, the Haas seem to be quite strong on quali, pretty bad on race pace, so let's see how they do. Magnussen is currently safe by 9 milliseconds. And
hello, Mandy. Much love.
Hey, Mandy.
Good
Hope
to
you're
see
doing
you.
well. Let me actually do this.
How have you been? What have you been up to? Thank you for doing the shout out, Pedro. Appreciate that.
No worries.
Appreciate that.
Magnussen is improving. Oh, he isn't actually. It's Hulkenberg that's improving. I mean, saying that.
Right, so with about 3 minutes to go, who do we reckon is going to be the bottom 5? Who's going out in Q1?
Not sure. Just see. I think the Haas boys are going to finish their laps. It wasn't great from Hulkenberg. And that wasn't great for Magnussen either. So they could be, both of them could be knocked out actually. Ooh, Stroll, terrible lap time for him as well. Yeah, I think at least one of the Alpines, one of the Alphas, I don't know how many have I said? Wait, so let me think. So I said an Alfa Romeo, a Haas. Maybe I'm actually going to say both Alpines and
oh no, Gasly just got his lap time deleted.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Are you both doing okay? I've been okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. And
yeah, I'm okay.
It's good to see you, and I'm glad that you've been okay.
I really don't know. Ooh, Piastri still.
I was gonna say Piastri, like, I think he's struggling on the hards.
Definitely needs to improve there.
So currently, our bottom 5 is Ocon, Piastri, Gasly,
got his lap time deleted.
Stroll, and Bottas. Ooh.
Piastri got his lap time deleted.
Oof.
Turn 7. Yeah, turn 7 seems to be causing lots of issues for the drivers.
Oh my god, look at the traffic.
Yep.
Jesus
it is always like that at Monza.
It's like an F1 open lobby.
I think it was even worse than the traffic I got at Zandvoort last week. When you went out of the pits and then all of the
everyone
AI drivers I was going on a fast lap and then all I see is just a train of cars and I'm like, hello? I'm on a lap.
I'm on a lap.
Oh, Bottas is improving.
Right.
3/10 ahead of Magnussen this time. Zhou, however, could also mention because Zhou still hasn't had a contract offer for 2024, I believe. What do you think that's going to happen to him? Because I think he's been improving.
Yeah, I think he's been improving as well. You can't. The thing is, with that Alpha, you can't really compare the two drivers because car's not amazing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I don't think one is better than the other at the moment in that Alpha. They seem to extract performances at different tracks. Obviously, it was quite sad to see when that show had the incident at the start because he was starting in a good position. He just doesn't seem to. Sargent has got the fastest Sector 1.
Did you see? Yeah.
What?
Tsunoda P4 as well. Hold on.
What?
Both Alpines out. Stroll in P20.
Oh my god.
Zhou got his lap time deleted,
No.
but he still wouldn't have made it past the Q1, I don't think. Wow, okay.
Oh. So, do you wanna tell the people who is out in Q1?
Yeah, I can do that. So from P16 to P20, we have Zhou Guanyu, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Kevin Magnussen, and Lance Stroll.
Stroll masterclass, as Nick says.
But, I think it's worth mentioning there's only a 1.2 second gap between P1 and P20.
Yeah. Also, the Williams.
It's pretty interesting.
The Williams.
The Williams,
They've been creeping up there.
Looking good for them.
Yeah, not necessarily looking good for, say, McLaren as yet. Maybe if they can get into that Q3, get on the softs, maybe then they can extract some performance.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they seem kind of not doing amazing.
I mean, there's also this kind of, some teams just take different approaches to
100%.
quality, and I think some of them, the ones that kind of know that they can, that they have some performance. I think what they just try to do is just they take a more conservative approach on their laps, so they just do what is strictly necessary to pass. Without really going too over the top or anything like that, and just wait for the ladder sessions just to do just to really show what their true performance really.
Yeah, like you say, setting themselves up for that one run, stay with the right sort of tyres to extract the full potential.
I'm actually seeing something on my screen and I'm quite confused.
What is it?
Race control. Incident involving Leclerc and Sainz noted. Failing to follow race director's instructions. Maximum lap time.
What does that mean?
Yeah. That's what I don't know.
I can't say that I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely something new for me as well.
Yeah.
Maximum lap time. What do they mean by that?
I would say maximum lap time, but still, they didn't get on. They're not on pole yet.
Oh, don't have the feed anymore. I think my internet is playing some games again.
I'm currently on an ad watching about a Nissan X-Trail with e-power. Oh, now I'm back.
E-power.
E.
What are we doing? Oh my goodness. As we wait for Q2 to start, what are everyone's plans for today? Everyone in the chat.
yeah, it'd be good to hear your plans, what you got up to.
Obviously.
I mean, myself watching the quali, and then chilling for a little bit. Probably
GP and
might,
pre-GP.
yeah, might do some. Might have a play with the software you showed me yesterday. Then the pre-GP, and then sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep. What about you? What is your plans for today, Pedro?
Yeah, I think just after quali, going to relax for a little bit, maybe go for a walk. And yeah, just maybe organize some stuff for tomorrow as well, and then pre-GP and sleepy time.
Sleepy time.
This is really annoying. Can't get the feed. But it's working again. It's not working. Not working. Why you do this? It's not working. Wait, let me close this tab. Really struggling. What is going on here? I don't understand. Still hear me, okay?
Yeah, all good. I was just listening to Bradley Lord, communications director for Mercedes.
Mercedes.
He was saying that they're carrying a bit too much fuel to start off with. So I'm just listening to what he was mentioning about the Ferraris. Apparently, they didn't hold the maximum time in between the two safety car lines. Is that a new thing to stop the traffic, maybe?
Perhaps.
I'm not sure. But I was going to say, it's probably not very good for Ferrari if that incurs a penalty or anything like that. I think the Tifosi would go crazy.
It would be the worst possible time to get a penalty of that sort.
Maybe they might just get a little bit of a telling off and be like, don't do it again. Matt Gallagher having his race week meltdown already. I could just imagine him going like, oh my god. I know he went crazy when, like, was it last weekend when Ferrari didn't have the tyres ready. He was like, what? Why don't you have the tyres ready? Blah, blah, blah. Ooh. Apparently, it'll be a grid drop if they are in trouble. It won't be like a fine or anything. It'll be a grid drop. So they've got to pray that they're just looking at it, get a little bit of a telling off, and be like, "Don't do it again in Q2 or Q3 if you get through."
Yeah. Hopefully.
He and Tommy appeared on a Dutch F1 podcast last week. They're a fun duo, to be fair. To be honest, yeah, no, they are. I like watching them from time to time. I think they're doing particularly well in like the content they're doing and like the F1 commentary, stuff like that. I think it's quite fun. Like you say, good duo. Yeah.
I just lost the feed. I can't do anything, apparently.
I would share it with you, but I don't know how to. because I don't. I'm not. I'm on my phone. Nothing going on at the moment. They're just coming out of the pits. On my feed, anyway. I saw that also Matt appeared, on the celebrations. Like, Matt Gallagher appeared, like, right by Verstappen's family, like, behind. And then he tweeted, like, Mum, I'm on TV. Oh, Giovinazzi is in the Ferrari garage.
Yeah, he's one of their reserve drivers.
He's just chilling in there at the moment. Right, so Verstappen on his first run. Yeah, I saw the selfie as well. I thought that was good. Ooh, that was a different camera shot. They had like a camera on like in a curb, and you just saw the cars go over it. It was like,
Oh yeah,
that was artistic.
they have a few of those. They do have a few of those spread out throughout the track, but we don't really get to see the footage from it a lot.
Yeah, probably because a lot of the teams like, don't you show them our floor? Don't do it.
I'm not sure if it was this year or last year. And then, I do remember like someone knocking down one of those cameras. I'm not sure if it was in F1 or F2, and this season or last season. But I do remember seeing it.
Bombed by the king.
Oh, my feed is back. Let's go. Ooh, Albon P2 still.
Whoop whoop. Albon's onboard camera looking a bit cloudy.
Let me just say. Oh, that Ferrari is looking quick.
Ferrari.
Let me just say, shout out to Lawson. He's not too far off Tsunoda's lap times.
Max Verstappen. Yeah, unfortunately, obviously Ferrari are under investigation. So hopefully they get into Q3 and then they don't drop too far. But would that be one driver or would that be both drivers?
Ooh, I think it would probably be the driver that didn't leave enough space, I'd say. So whoever was behind the other. So again, I'm not too impressed with Mercedes' performance today.
No, they don't seem to. At the moment, you never know. Maybe in Q3, the soft tire and low fuel, they might. Who do you reckon is going to go out in Q2 then? Early predictions.
Ooh. I think I'm gonna bet on one of the Mercedes, perhaps. Hulkenberg, Bottas, then so I've said 3 so far. Don't know, maybe Yuki as well.
Maybe. Think
And
Lawson could.
last one. Sorry?
I say, do you reckon Lawson could get into Q3, or do you reckon he's going out as well?
Yeah, I think he might be going out as well. Russell jumps into P6.
Still to play
Hamilton
for, though.
P12.
Oof.
Hamilton P12. Wow.
Oof.
Could we see him get knocked out again unexpectedly in Q2? Because they don't have much more time left.
No. About 6.5 minutes on my time on my feed.
Hmm?
6.5 minutes on my feed.
Okay. I can't see right. Oh, apparently Hamilton was held up by Perez going into. I'm just gonna call it Parabolica, even though it's supposed to be Alboreto. Still makes sense to me to be called Parabolica, but so yeah, going into the last corner, he was apparently held up by Perez.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that will go.
Hmm.
I don't think that will be an impediment.
Yeah.
It kind of looked a bit awkward. It was like Perez went past, but then obviously slowed down, but then obviously Hamilton was starting a fast lap up.
Fast lap, yeah. Saying that, look at those lap times. They're not too far off each other.
No.
Pretty tight back. I was gonna say actually, my predictions maybe Sargent out, even though I would like to see him get through, like get into Q3 again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think, as much as he is a rookie, I think time is kind of running out for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the same as well. It's almost like do you give the rookie one more, like, another year, or do you get someone in, say, like Mick, who kind of knows what he needs to do? He just needs to extract the performance, sort of thing.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like you can see this from different perspectives. I believe. Like
Mm-hmm.
you could see this from the point of view that nowadays just rookies have such little time to practice and get adjusted to the car.
Yeah.
It's like I feel that as long as you're not doing something like as long as you're not performing terribly every weekend.
Latifi.
um, I think, like in my opinion, I think if Logan kind of keeps a trend of like having some sort of like solid finishes and
Consistent, yeah.
stop making those mistakes that that he doesn't wreck the car as often, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I think he definitely deserves to have a second chance,
Yeah.
or a second season, that is. But then again, you can think this from another perspective, which is like Williams, even though they're kind of lacking on their facilities and all that, I think their performance has improved throughout the last few seasons. So if you really want to give that next step, you want to put someone next to Albon who, yeah, might not be at the same level as him, but that can, still get some points every now and again.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Williams has been able to really maximize their point scoring opportunities this season. And I think Logan has had his fair share of mistakes and like as to why they missed out on those opportunities. Oh my god, everyone is going on track at the same time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just literally just saw that. I was like, oh my god.
Look at that, going too wide. Lawson, Alonso,
Oh my
going
god.
too wide there. I mean, okay. And as I was saying, if you can get kind of a driver that obviously might not be as good as Albon, but that has enough, experience or talent or whatever, just to finish consistently in the points, no matter how much they are, whenever they have the chance to score points. I think, Williams could be looking at other options, and obviously with Toto kind of pressuring other teams to give Mick another chance. I think
he deserves another chance. He seems to
think
really.
Williams is the right one.
I think at the time he spent at Mercedes so far, he's really like come into himself. Like he seems a bit more ready to go, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be
Yeah.
obviously the time spent helping on the simulator.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'd be good to see him get another chance somewhere.
Yeah. I think Williams is probably his best shot, really, because he still will be within the Mercedes family, and they're
Yep.
kind of they don't have really that environment that let's say a team like Red Bull or their affiliated teams have, or even we can even go Haas. Like they have a pretty cutthroat environment at times, and
Mm-hmm.
I think Williams is kind of more, obviously there is the pressure to perform still, like there is at every single team, but they're a little bit more relaxed and don't try to put the spotlight on the driver when they make the mistakes.
Yeah.
So, could be good for him.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Yeah. Being honest, I was just a little bit disappointed with what he was able to show, because I think that on his day he had really good performances, but then again he was just too inconsistent. And I think the fact that he crashed a little bit too many times kind of just really didn't do him all that well. And obviously, like he started performing a little bit better when the car started being uncompetitive. So yeah, but saying that, I think Haas was a pretty toxic environment for him.
I was gonna say
And,
recently, I think he's come out in the media saying that obviously, Steiner didn't really give him the support he felt like he needed,
yeah,
to really thrive.
yeah,
And also, the Haas, it's never been a great car, so I don't know. He wouldn't probably been able to extract much out of that Haas, considering obviously Hulk and Magnussen they're not really getting many points often, so it's almost like a double-edged sword with that. Is that
yeah.
I think he needs to be in a car that can be semi-competitive, so we can really see what he's doing, how he's doing in that car.
Yeah. Oh, finishing the session, I believe.
Yep.
Piastri jumps out of the elimination zone. Well, where is Valtteri jumps to P14, and yeah, I think that's done. Shame for Sargent, really, because we were talking about him. Like he really needs to perform this weekend. I think because like obviously Albon is on a different level this season, but like he needs to. I think the car is still good enough for him to, like at a track like this, especially like just to be in the top 10, and he just can show that. And let me say, Norris, that was very close.
That was very close.
13 milliseconds ahead of Yuki. Once again, like shout out to Lawson. He was only like 1.5 tenths behind Yuki, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Considering we know how that car's a bit meh.
Yeah. Yeah, but saying that, I think I would like to see Mick get another chance and hopefully still be able to succeed in Formula One.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I don't think this first sample of him, like if you could call it that way, kind of shown that he's still got a few things that he needs to correct, but also that he clearly has the talent to do a lot more than what he was able to show.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think he could still be like a very solid F1 driver in the years to come. So let's see if he gets that opportunity. I think he's going to do everything within his reach.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully someone gives him a chance.
Ooh, Valtteri was caught up to a little bit of traffic there towards the end of the lap. Mainly Lando, and I'm not sure who is the car in front of him. Who was that? Was that Logan? There. Ooh, went wide there. And that's the thing with Logan as well. I think even in Formula 2, he showed that he's super quick in qualifying. I don't think has been quite able to translate that into the F1 car.
No. It is quite a jump though, isn't it?
It is. It definitely is. Just the complexity of the cars as well. Like, because obviously, like in Formula 2, you don't have to do like ERS management. You have a lot less settings to work with, and obviously it's a spec series, so the difference is mainly going to be like obviously driver skill and the setups that the teams manage to come up with. Yeah, it's naturally obviously it's a very big step coming into like Formula One, but I think this quality session was another missed opportunity for him because, as I said, I reckon he could have probably finished like at least a little bit closer to the top 10, maybe be in that spot where Yuki is, for example.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting that far down the order, really. I still kind of believe in him, and I'm sure he just really needs to perform now more than ever, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on. What are your expectations for Q3?
Ooh, the Ferraris seem to be extracting some sort of pace. So
yeah,
I mean, I think Max is obviously gonna get pole. Surprising. Ooh, I think the Ferraris maybe either. It depends if Perez stuffs it up or not. But maybe the Ferrari either 2-3 or 3-4.
Right.
Other than that, I think it's kind of probably going to be if Lando can extract anything, maybe a P5 or P6. And I reckon it's going to be one of the Mercedes that again can extract something. The other ones are just going to go in any sort of order.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe I mean Alonso is in that. I don't know.
Yeah, because
It's if he
that has
can,
to
if he can't,
be,
sort of thing.
yeah.
I forgot about Albon. I don't know. He seems to be doing quite good. I reckon he might be able to split the Mercedes and the McLaren. I reckon
So
he could.
Albon.
I reckon he could get like P5, P6. Actually, I changed my mind. So I reckon the Red Bull and the Ferraris are gonna get like 1, 2, 3, and 4 in whatever order. And then I think maybe potentially Albon can kind of split the rest of the pack, and then it's whatever order from there.
Yeah, that is fair enough. To be fair.
What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the Ferrari is definitely the team that can challenge Red Bull today in qualifying.
Hmm.
Um, we'll see if they can get a good result now, and hopefully tomorrow have a good start to the race as well, and be as challenging as they are showing today.
Yeah.
You know, thinking about like certain drivers, like Alonso, he's definitely one of those drivers that can really get the max amount out of the car, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't think that Aston Martin is really suited for this track.
No.
Seem to do better like in higher downforce kind of.
Yeah, that's what I
In
was kind of thinking.
surface.
It's kind of like he might be able to, but I'm not sure, like you say,
Yeah,
if it's kind of really suited for this track. But Alonso, compared to his teammate, can do a lot of
yeah,
things. Talking about that,
um,
the stat that we saw the
hmm,
other day, Alonso's only spent one lap outside of the top 10 compared to Stroll, like
exactly.
270 something.
Hmm.
That's quite a staggering fact when you think about it.
Yeah.
Um, but obviously, that is cash. I don't know. Do you reckon Stroll can kind of sit it out, or will like Formula One
Uh,
be like, oh come on, give another driver a chance, sort of thing?
I mean, Lance is one of those drivers that is um,
It's a bit weird for me. Like
so
sometimes out of the blue,
inconsistent.
yeah, it can do fine, but
Yeah,
he's like consistently always down at the bottom in the races,
yeah,
or like near the points, but like it's more down at the bottom, sort of thing.
yeah. He's just like super inconsistent, as you said there, and you know, Alonso is comprehensively beating him in both
Hmm.
quali and race. Um, I mean, obviously, with his dad being team owner kind of thing, like does
He's always technically
a
he's
lot of
he's gonna always have a seat there until his dad wants to
yeah.
sell it on.
The only situation where I could see him like just going out is if the sponsors start pressuring his dad a lot
Hmm.
and they just want someone else in there, or if let's say his dad kind of loses influence in uh, like
Becomes
in
like a
terms of like
silent
team
partner.
decisions. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say like if he has a lower stake on the team's ownership kind of thing.
Mhm.
um because like that's the thing, because if Stroll wasn't backed by his dad, obviously, I think he would have been out of Formula One quite a long time ago.
Yeah, 100%. It's weird. It's like he's a nice person from what I've seen
Yeah.
off track. It's just like
Oh
the
yeah.
performance is, like you say, it's just so inconsistent
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. Exactly as you said there. Like nothing against him as a person, but I think him as a driver, like
Hmm.
and I think this season is kind of proving it, because
Yeah.
like
He's got the car
he has
technically
a good
underneath
car.
him.
Yeah, but it just isn't doing much.
Hmm.
And let's say Aston Martin become a lot. Ooh, Max going very wide there,
Hmm.
the gravel. Um, but yeah, let's say if Aston Martin managed to have a really competitive car that, let's say, can fight for the championship,
Yeah.
like Alonso has clearly shown that, like, should the opportunity arise, I think he still has like plenty of talent, plenty of motivation.
Hmm.
He's got the experience.
I just saw what
Um,
Max did. I was like, whoa.
yeah. um, he knows what it is like to be a world champion. He knows what it is like to fight at the front of
Hmm.
the pack. But
Yeah.
like, let's say if he needed Stroll to, like, either help him defend or just um, get a few results, like take points away from a different driver, I'm not sure if he could be that wingman that he needs, kind of
Yeah.
thing. And you know, he has been paired up with a lot of drivers throughout the years. Some of them like just quite talented in general. And he hasn't been able to really show a lot. If anything, he's kind of going backwards in terms of his performance. So
Mm-hmm. Fred says
Um,
Albon top 3, maybe.
well, I mean, he's 2 tenths behind Verstappen at the moment, but I think he could definitely aim for like top 4 at least, or just be within the top 5 is already quite good. And saying that, Max lost a lot of time on that
Yeah, when he made
small
that slight
experiment.
mistake.
Yeah. So I think Max is still going to fight for pole position here, as he always does. But yeah, it's a bit of a tricky situation. Obviously, if it was me, I would like to put someone else in there, just give them a chance. Like I don't know whether that is going for Dragovich or going for a driver outside the Aston Martin family kind of deal.
No.
We were exploring those possibilities last time round. Like what could the team, like, let's say if Albon wants to leave Williams, like why not pair Alonso and him? Or if McLaren doesn't progress as well as they are expecting, why not Fernando and Lando?
Fernando and Lando.
Fernando Lando. Or if Leclerc wants to leave Ferrari, why not Fernando and Charles? That could be a really good lineup as well.
Ferrari top 2. Ooh, hey.
Fernando.
Fernando. That's a cute like ship name. Fernando. Yeah, I think any driver pairing, obviously, with that when that other driver's got that much experience, it can only be beneficial, really.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you get on with the driver, that is. So you can like share like experiences and share some tips and tricks.
Yeah, exactly that. I think Alonso, in that sense, like in these last couple of years, he's kind of shown a different side to him.
Yeah.
I think like if he really gets along with people, he can be like really helpful, a really good teammate. Just help push everyone.
I was gonna
in the
say
right direction.
there's only a certain amount you can do with Stroll.
Yeah. Because that's the thing as well. Like Stroll's dad has been hiring these like multiple world champions and or like other talented drivers as teammates for him, in hopes that he can learn something from them and that he can improve. But he hasn't really shown any signs of improvement, in my opinion. Like it's a bit frustrating to see him because he might not be, World Drivers' Championship winning material, but I think he can be at least a little bit better than what he's showing.
Yeah.
At this point. Yeah. I mean, if it was me, I would definitely consider other options. Because if you think about it, like as well, just finishing this because I think we've been waffling a lot about other stuff other than qualifying. But like, can you imagine how frustrating this must be for Dragovich as well? Obviously, wins the F2 championship, comes into a team with huge aspirations, and that has shown like massive improvements. Like just knowing that because like, let's be real, there's not many other teams which you can go to at the moment.
No. How messy is this gonna get? Potentially. Yeah. Saying that, not all of them came out at once.
Well, at least like what, 6 of them, 7 out, I believe. Track at the moment.
They're starting to come out now.
Yeah. It's going to be the final run. But yeah, just like for Dragovic, this must be like extremely frustrating for him.
Yeah.
He's unlikely to get a chance there anytime soon. Obviously, with the Honda influence coming in 2026, it's not going to make things any easier for him.
No, unfortunately.
But yeah, 1 minute 40 to the end of qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Any...
What are your expectations?
I was gonna say any late or early predictions, whatever you wanna, whatever side you wanna see it from. From anyone in the chat, any particular results you wanna see? I don't know. I think Max will still get it because, you know,
It's Max.
I reckon the Ferraris, like I said, have got a good chance. Maybe second and third, then Perez. Then it's either it's gonna be like I don't know, Albon or Alonso splitting the pack, and then everyone else is just gonna be near the others.
Saying that, Perez is behind Russell and Albon, so he definitely needs to improve there. McLaren's, unfortunately, I'm not quite sure if they have the pace to really fight for those front positions.
Yeah, as much as I'd love them, like the McLarens, to be further up, like you say, I don't know if their setup is particularly suited to qualifying and around this track. I think
same.
I don't know. Maybe they can unlock some pace on the softs, but I'm not sure. I think if anything, we'll see them hopefully get a little bit further in the race tomorrow. They seem to be better in the race.
Sorry?
They seem to be a little bit better in the race. The McLarens.
Yeah, they definitely do. And I think that could be their chances of getting a good result. Like, just more what they're going to do in the race rather than what they can do now in qualifying to minimize what they have to do in the race, sort of thing.
Oh.
Ooh. Verstappen marginally ahead of Leclerc, to be fair. And Sainz is still... Sainz!
Oh
my goodness!
Provisional pole for Leclerc?
Sainz!
Come on, Sainz! Come on! Oh! Come on, Sainz! Come on, Sainz! Come on! Come on! Yes! Yeah!
I was waiting for you to see it. Like, I had seen it. I had seen what happened. Like, way before you did.
Yeah! Yeah? Sainz!
Oh,
someone actually beat Verstappen to pole. Yeah!
30 milliseconds. Wow. That top three was so close. Like, they were so close between them. Crazy. Also, massive shout out to Albon P6.
Yeah.
Russell P4, actually. Not too bad as well.
Woo!
Wow, that was special. And you could see the excitement on the Tifosi as well.
That's a good birthday present for yesterday.
Yeah. Well done from Carlos. I think he had the edge over Charles in all the qualifying sessions, didn't he?
Yeah.
So,
Piastri beating Norris, though.
Oh, yeah, just saw that, actually. Oh, no further action on that incident of the maximum lap time.
Nick literally just said that. No further action on Ferrari. Pretends to be shocked.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That is brilliant to see. Well, worst case scenario, it puts our hopes up, and then Verstappen just gets a dominant win tomorrow.
Yeah, please, Ferrari, please. Please.
Saying that, Max hasn't been too happy around Monza in his career, or at least, yeah. So, we could have a little bit of a surprise.
Potentially.
Obviously, had a good result. I think he won last season, actually, but wait, let me actually double check that.
I've got to admit though, the Ferrari, the race suit does a little bit look like McDonald's, just a little bit. But obviously the yellow makes them go faster. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, saying that, like, I know that Max won last year, but he's generally he's had a bit of bad luck as well. With Ferrari are as good in terms of their race pace as they have shown in quali today. Then it could be really interesting. It could be a really interesting race tomorrow.
Yeah.
Obviously, good to see Carlos as well getting a pole position. should do well for his confidence, especially with the support from Aldi Tifosi.
Will they fuck up though? Says Nick.
Well, it's Ferrari at the end of the day.
There's always a possibility.
But,
we can pray. We can cross our fingers. We can cross everything. In the please don't mess up.
Hopefully they don't mess that up.
And also, don't do a Lewis and Max, where like they go into the first corner like on top of each other's heads. Like, as long as that doesn't happen, like,
yeah,
can pray that Ferrari do well tomorrow.
will we see Verstappen's race winning streak end tomorrow?
Imagine like, sorry, you have to repeat that in a second, but imagine if you're sat underneath that heart and you wanted to see the drivers, you'd just be like, I can't see.
Nope.
Yeah, no seeing the drivers for you. Sorry, repeat what you said. The question. I didn't. I was looking at the heart and laughing.
Yeah. I was asking, do you reckon that Max's consecutive win streak could end tomorrow?
Potentially, I think it depends on it really. On a few factors, obviously. If the Ferraris can get out in front of him first, if they can't, then I think it's pretty much sealed that Max will win. But I hope they kind of pose a little bit of a challenge tomorrow. Yeah. Not make it so straightforward for Max. Because we always like that little bit of a fight. So yeah. Maybe, potentially, not sure. We'll have to see tomorrow. First lap will answer all of that.
Yeah. I think, like, best case scenario for Ferrari is that, like, both Carlos and Charles have a really good start, and then they just work together to keep Max behind. Like, whoever is at the front on the first few corners just goes away and helps the other, just obviously just have some sort of pace, and then also help defending from Max behind. But I don't want to be I don't want to do a commentator's curse type of thing, but we've barely seen any mechanical failures this season from all the teams. And, considering this track is quite demanding in terms of the engine, we could see something like that happen.
Potentially.
I don't know. I don't want to curse any teams, but, like, I think it's bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to that point in the season where I'm surprised, actually, that not a lot of other drivers have had, like, gearbox changes that we really know of, that have gone outside of the allotted amount. Oh, Max getting booed to high heavens by the Tifosi.
That's not really. I think that's unnecessary.
Yeah, it's unnecessary at the end of the day. You support who you support, but like still, it's not nice to boo someone.
It's not really needed. It's not really needed. It's really uncalled for.
Yeah, but what was I saying? Yeah, I'm surprised that not a lot of them have gone outside their allotted like mechanical parts as such. Obviously, that we've seen a lot before, where a lot of drivers get like penalties at this point during the season and a bit further. So yeah, at some point, I think we'll see a few of them, unless obviously the new regulations, the new cars this year, a little bit stronger mechanically than we've seen before, maybe.
Yeah. They've definitely shown that there was improvements on the reliability from most of the teams from last season coming into this season, but I think the drivers should be on their like limit of the allocated parts, as you said. So it's not going to be long until we start seeing some penalties.
Yeah.
For instance, I wouldn't be surprised if, let's say, Alpine just change a lot of engine parts this weekend, obviously considering how poor qualifying was for them as well.
Yeah.
Maybe just take some penalties, put a new engine in or something like that, just
try
playing
and
that game
maximize the points. Yeah.
No, not necessarily like at points, but like at least if you kind of know that you're not gonna expect much in terms of results, like just why not? I mean, in their case, they haven't qualified particularly in particularly high positions, so why not take a penalty, start from last, but at least have a fresh engine kind of thing, and not having to take that penalty in a weekend where they can possibly perform a bit better.
Yeah.
Obviously teams need to balance that and just be sensible as to when they take those penalties. So we could probably see a few teams do that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some teams do that. And then again, if there's a race on which you can really do well by taking a whole new engine, it's this one. So
true.
We'll see. But yeah, do you want to do a quick rundown of the results and sharing your thoughts on quali?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just trying to see the leaderboard. Found it. So, do you want to go? Shall I do 1 to 10? You do 11 to 20.
That sounds good. If I can open the feed again.
Don't worry, I can do it if you want. So starting with Mr. Smooth Operator in pole position, we have Carlos Sainz. Then Max Verstappen, then Charles Leclerc, George Russell, Sergio Perez, Alex Albon, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, Fernando Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda, Liam Lawson, Nico Hulkenberg, Valtteri Bottas, Logan Sargent, Zhou Guanyu, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Magnussen, and Stroll. It's so weird seeing Stroll in 20, like. in an
20th.
Aston.
Yeah.
Like any other
Yeah.
car, fine, but an Aston.
Yeah, like, and especially when you see Alonso making it into Q3. Obviously, I don't think Alonso put another lap in. Just probably a wise decision, really, not to waste another
Yeah.
set of softs and like just barely getting any improvements, if any at all. So, still, it's like Alonso's going to start in the top 10, and Stroll's gonna start last.
Mm. Yeah, it's just
I
that
will.
comparison between the two. It's like,
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Stroll takes like engine penalties or anything as well, for the matter, because he's going to start last anyways. So.
it makes sense if you're gonna start last. You can't have like penalties on top of being last, so you might as well just get it over and done with.
Yeah.
Start last, and then hopefully try and make some places up, and then obviously less penalties further down the line.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Apart from that, any other things you want to say before we end the podcast?
I think this session was quite entertaining. Throughout, obviously, with this new qualifying format of using a different tire compound per session is not a different tire compound, but like a different
Using one compound for
which,
one session, yeah.
Yeah, the type of compound per session is actually definitely spices things up.
I think some teams definitely struggled with it, especially in Q1. I think some of the cars on that hard tyres just they couldn't extract the performance that they really wanted to.
Yeah.
I think Q2, Q3, we really started to see the pace on some of the cars, but still, like the McLaren, I think in general struggled across all 3 sessions.
Yeah.
So they were very lucky to get into Q3, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
I think with Norris, I think he was going to get in Q3 anyway. But I'm surprised right at the end Piastri pipped Norris. But yeah, I think the way that McLaren's set up is not necessarily suited to this track at the moment. So, but race pace wise, they seem to be alright. So maybe tomorrow they can get back up there again. But yeah. I was happy that Carlos actually got pole. I don't know if you could tell. But it's something different. Hopefully, like we said, hopefully you can give a little bit of a challenge towards Max tomorrow, going into turn 1. Then maybe we might have a race on our hands. Potentially. Yeah. Monza always seems to spice up a little bit. So hopefully we have a good race.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned because obviously Ferrari tends to drop off in terms of like qualifying pace to race pace. But yeah, just hopefully they are competitive enough to still get a good result. Yeah, as you said, the McLarens, I think it's still quite a draggy car. They definitely need to work on the concept of the car. But as you've also said, they do tend to do better in the race. So hopefully that works out in their favor. Yeah, like once again, Albon stellar performance in qualifying. Like if he keeps performing like this, at some point we are going to stop having to say that it's impressive, because
I was gonna say it's gonna become.
It's kind of becoming a trend, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna become the new normal soon.
Yeah.
So well, if you can keep it up, that'd be great. But yeah, I mean he seems to extract the full potential in that Williams at the moment. So if he can keep going, like I said, that'd be great. If not, then I don't know. But I don't know. It's nice to see Williams that high up.
Back at the top.
Yeah. It's kind of nostalgic in a way, but also kind of rejuvenates Williams as a team, because I felt obviously like we were so used to seeing them down at the bottom, so to see it coming up at the top again, it's nice. It's a good thing to see.
Yeah. Obviously, the car still has a few limitations.
Yeah, unfortunately,
when it comes to the race, but still really promising for them, especially considering that James Vowles has said multiple times that their facilities are kind of outdated, and
yeah,
obviously with that lack of investment in a few years, like just really hampered their progress. Like it seems that the team is quite motivated. James Vowles is working in the right direction. I think he's showing that he really cares about the team and wants to see them succeed as well. And he's really, just pushing the team in the right direction, signing, good staff as well. I think if they manage to improve their facilities and, just work a little bit better in that sense, I think they can really give a lot of take a lot of steps forward, which would be good to see. As you said, I think it would be good to see one of these historic F1 teams fighting for higher positions in the standings.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Saying that, I'm still not fully convinced on Mercedes' performance this weekend, even though Russell did quite well. But yeah, apart from that, we should have a lot of
in a minute,
ingredients for a spicy race tomorrow.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
I just got handed a snack. Even though I nearly finished. But yeah. We sign off there and
I think so.
Get ready for our own Monza GP this evening. I'll get back to everyone on the time. It's probably around usual time, like 9, 9:30, 10. Anywhere within that period. But yeah. If you would like to join us back then, we will have our own little pre-GP where we do 100% of the race. And hopefully I can survive it. And we'll have some fun. I will survive. And then goes straight into a wall. But yeah, it was lovely to do the podcast with you today, Pedro.
Thank you for obviously knowing that I have those limitations in the setup. Thank you for hosting it.
All good. Yeah, like I said, don't usually get to do the podcast on a Saturday, so been fun. And hopefully when I'm not working I can do more.
That would be lovely.
But apart from that, I think that's all. We're in for a good race tomorrow. Make sure to join us for the podcast tomorrow as well for the race. And come on, Ferrari. Yeah. Anything you want to say before I end?
Yeah, just want to wish everyone a good rest of their weekend. Hopefully, if you're watching the race, you enjoy it. If you want to join us later on, whether just watching or driving alongside the soundtrack, more than welcome. And yeah, just once again, thanking you for allowing me to be over on your channel doing the qualifying coverage. Had a lot of fun. And hopefully see you soon.
Yeah. But that's it from us. Much love to everybody. And like I said, we will see you later. So
Alligator.
We'll see you later, alligator. So yeah. Have a lovely rest of your afternoon. And scheduling the pre-GP for this evening. And
yes.
Yeah, Midnight will be hosting it. Obviously I'll get back to everyone on the times. But apart from that, thank you for the love and support as always. Appreciate it. Thank you, Nick, for the resub again. Appreciate that. And hope to see you all again later on.
Yeah.
Bye.
Later.